Yo, what's going on, young lords? It's your boy Salvaje from the Salvaje Cartel. So this is a surround pound weapon mastery video. I'm going to be sharing with you guys what's one of my favorite hero loadouts for the surround pound. I already shared with you guys one of my favorite hero loadouts with the surround pound, and that one just focuses more on survivability. That video is going to be in the weapon mastery playlist in the description, by the way. But this build is pretty much god tier. Okay, this is probably the best, if not one of the best builds to use with the surround pound hammer. I'm going to be going over the perks that we're going to be using for the surround pound so that you guys can get a lot of value out of it. Okay, so if you guys want, you can put an attack speed perk on this thing, or you guys can just put a damage perk on this. And of course you want heavy attack efficiency for this perk right here. Or if you want, hey, just put another damage perk on it. And then just put double crit damage. Now some of you guys are probably wondering, like, what do you mean, Salvaje? Okay, well, the reason why I say to go with that specific perk loadout is if you only want to use your surround pound for this specific hero loadout that I'm going to share with you guys, because that sort of a perk variation means that you're going to be getting massive amount of damage from the surround pound hammer. Okay, now, oh, and by the way, I have a level 1 surround pound hammer because my boy actually supplied me with a lot of surround pound hammers. So shout out to my boy Binge, thank you very much, my boy. So anyways, that's why I have a level 1 surround pound. And some of you guys might be wondering, you know, what's the surround pound that I used? Well, the surround pound that I use is double attack speed and critical rating and critical damage. I believe that's the one that I used. Yeah, okay, here it is. Yeah, so we got crit rating, crit damage, double attack speed. Like I told you guys as well, you can go for double crit damage, crit rating, and attack speed. That's probably what I'm gonna go with. Actually, no, I'm gonna go with crit rating, heavy attack efficiency, and you know, 2-time crit damage. Because of course I do want to get a lot of damage out of the surround pound and a lot of use from the secondary attack. As you guys are seeing in the gameplay, again, like, I'm just destroying Hus. Like, they don't stand a chance. They come in numbers. You know, I'm sitting at the spawn and I'm just obliterating every single one. So what loadout am I using? Well, keep in mind, guys, you know, this is a loadout that I personally did. There's other great loadouts that work out there, but this is the one that I want to share with y'all. Okay, so for the team perk, we're going to be using the Totally Rockin' Out team perk that you got last season in Save the World. And the reason why we're using this team perk is also the reason why we don't have a critical rating perk on our surround pound, because we're going to be getting critical rating from the Rocking Riff, Totally Rockin' Out team perk, I mean. For the support team, I like Breakbeat Wildcat. You can activate Rocking Riff really easily. And of course, we also have Power Pop Penny. Heavy attack eliminations, you know, are going to be giving you Rocking Riff. Like, there's a 12% chance that you get Rocking Riff. But the point is, for the most part, you should be getting Rocking Riff very easily with Battle Beats, right? I have Tank Penny for increased hardware damage. And I have, I forgot this dude's name, Crossbones Barrett. That's right. For the coconuts. And I also have Anti-Corosera. So, of course, you guys know my videos are, you know, very in-depth. So, let me tell you guys how I like to maximize this loadout. Oh, and I just want to point out, Adrenaline Rush, not necessary in this loadout. The only reason why I run Adrenaline Rush is because sometimes I'm looking out for coconuts and I don't have any healing and I just want some healing, or I want to revive a teammate, so I just rock Adrenaline Rush. It's just really, really good, specifically when you're two-manning things with your teammate. You don't need a hover turret for this build, by the way. You can easily rock the banner if you want as well. I just run the hover turret because YOLO. Extra damage, okay? Alright, so let's get into the game plan. So for the most part, defensive modes, you always want to get coconuts. 13 coconuts at least. Specifically if you're at a 100+ level mission. Like, I was two-manning this Retrieve the Data mission. I had less firepower. We also didn't really do any trap tunnels. But yeah, guys, I wasted like 13 coconuts because I was just camping like the enemy spawn. If you don't camp the enemy spawn, you're not really going to be wasting a lot of coconuts. But coconuts are really important, so make sure that you guys get them. And keep in mind, you can't get coconuts from plants, okay? You can only get them from, you know, things that are inside houses, etc., etc. Okay? For the most part, one of the biggest, most effective things when it comes down to maximizing this you know, loadout, hero loadout for the surround pound is you want to make sure that you funnel the husk Okay, at the beginning of the gameplay, you know, me and my boy, we didn't funnel the husk because I was just like, dude, I'm gonna destroy everything that comes in my way. Like, I don't even need to funnel them. But you should funnel the husk. You know, you should put walls and staircases. That's what funneling means. You know, you basically have them coming from one specific direction and you control that direction, right? The reason for that is because it's just gonna have a lot of the husk grouped up, which means that when you use your secondary attack, you're just gonna be getting a lot of value at it. A lot of value out of it, I mean. Keep in mind the surround pound secondary attack also goes through walls. And you want to make sure that every single time that you use your secondary attack with the surround pound, as you guys are seeing in the gameplay in the background, there's a lot of husks lined up, right? And that's why anti-Kurosera is a must. She's a must, guys. I know Vanguard Earhart is going to make it so that the secondary attack costs less energy, but I try to build without anti-Kurosera, and it just wasn't as effective because I wasn't getting my energy back very, very quickly. It just felt really slow and not really as fun. So if you have anti-Kurosera, good for you. If you don't, that sucks. There's no other way of putting it. She's one of the main key things about this loadout. Post commentary Salvaje here, and it wouldn't be a weapon mastery video if I completely forget something in the live commentary section. So you have a big responsibility with this loadout. It's not just about spamming secondary attack. It kind of is, but like, the point is, refrigerator husks are really annoying and they're going to annoy your teammates. So make sure that you use that secondary attack when you see refrigerator husk. And most importantly, you also want to make sure that if there are a lot of what's this thing called? If there's a lot of shielder husk, that you also use your secondary attack to eliminate the shielder husk, because the shielder husk can be very problematic, specifically for your teammates. So it's not just about camping the enemy spawn, it's also about being on the lookout for specific situations that can also help out your teammates, such as destroying refrigerator husk, shielder husk, and also eliminating targets that could prove troublesome, like multiple blasters, for example, as you guys are seeing in the gameplay example. Oh, and by the way, you guys remember a couple of weeks back when I told y'all that I hated eating veggies? Well, your boy has evolved, okay? I be eating spinach now. You know, we put some honey mustard on that shit. And oh my god, it tastes so great. And of course, I mixed it up with some egg whites as well. Sometimes I put the spinach inside the egg white. Okay, back to a regularly scheduled program. I also like to use the secondary attack for the surround pound if I'm going to be dealing with a target that is somewhat far away from me, but is you know, very dangerous. Like for example, blasters and lobbers, etc, etc. And like I said earlier, this thing goes through walls. So if there's a husk that is sort of like hitting a side of a wall, or you're about to get inside of one of the funnel tunnels, but you see that there's a lot of husk inside of the tunnel, just activate your secondary attack through the wall. Like, you're gonna be getting a lot of value out of it. When it comes down to Dark Vanguard Earhart and the tips that I have for you guys, well, the best tip that I have is to subscribe to the channel, because I'm gonna have a hero mastery video dropping. That's going to be covering some Dark Vanguard Earhart techniques. But that's pretty much it, my boys. Short, straight to the point with as much quality as possible. That's what this channel is all about, as you all know, which is why we have come to the end of the video. I know, so sad. Anyway, see you guys on the next one. Drop the video a like, and I hope that you guys have a lot of fun with this loadout, and of course you guys share some of your suggestions for what you also like to run with this loadout as well. Peace out, homies!